All right, good evening, ladies and hams. It is currently 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. My name is Colby McLean, call sign Kilo Juliet 5 Charlie Yankee Mike, and if you can hear my voice, you have successfully tuned in to the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net. You can hear us here on the KA5D University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. For more information about these repeaters, such as All-Star Link status, frequency, and tone information, along with other useful things, make sure to check out ka5d.com and n5oak.org, respectively. Great. You can also find us on Echolink by connecting to ka5d-r or n5oak-r. For All-Star, use node 51444. Great. For anyone joining us for the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, this is the voice of Colby McLean, call sign KJ5CYM, and I'm your net control for this evening. This is a controlled net, meaning stations should refrain from transmitting until designated check-in or comment times. There will not be scheduled pauses for emergency traffic, but we will yield the air to any breaking emergency. With that in mind, please leave room between check-ins and transmissions to allow for any emergency traffic. If you are having an emergency during this net, please say break, and we will pause the net to try and help. UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net is a social net with the purpose of getting a great group of radio operators together to share knowledge, discuss club activities, ask questions, and just generally keep in touch. All hams are invited, both new and experienced. Break. It is very easy to check into this net. In just a little bit, I'm going to ask for check-ins, and I'll take down a list of people who want to participate. Once we have everyone in the first round checked in, I'll go down the list one at a time and give you the floor. Feel free to ask questions pertaining to ham radio or any other family-friendly topics you find interesting. You can also share what you've been up to lately with everyone when it's your turn to speak. We will open up the net for comments and questions after these periods to help everyone get to know each other. Break. Once again, this is the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, call sign November 5 X-Ray Uniform. You can hear us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the KA5D University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. If you're currently a licensed amateur radio operator and wish to participate in this net, you can double-check your repeater settings at ka5d.com/repeaters and n5oak.org/repeaters. Break. Once again, my name is Colby McLean, Kilo Juliet 5 Charlie Yankee Mike, and I am the net control operator for tonight's net. It might also be worth noting that this is the first time I've ever spoke on this net, so it's kind of interesting that I'm running it. But it's going to be exciting to get to talk to everyone and get to see what this is all about. But before I move into check-ins, short-time check-ins, would any executive radio club members like to share any news about the club? Looking at you, David. Okay, nothing heard. Time to move into short-time check-ins. Before we do, one more station ID. You can find information about the UT Amateur Radio Club, including dates for events, at sites.utexas.edu/November 5 X-Ray Uniform. Once again, this is the UT Radio Club Weekly Net. And if you are a UT student and want to join the UT Amateur Radio Club, please send us an email at November 5 X-Ray Uniform at utlist.utexas.edu. Break. Alright, it's time for short-time check-ins. Short-time check-ins are for operators who cannot stay for the entire net, but who would still like to make it into the log. I will not open the floor for comments or questions for the short-timers after their turn, but that way you can call in and say hi and go about your evening while still participating in the net. Alright, let's go to short-time check-ins. If you don't have much time to spend with us tonight, please check in by saying "this is" with a short pause to avoid doubling. and then please give me your name and call sign slowly and phonetically.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo Whiskey Bravo, Willie and Belton, short time, no traffic.
Alright, I heard Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo Whiskey Bravo, William. Thanks for checking into the net.
This is Kilo Echo 5 India Hotel Juliet Ralph Temple short time.
I heard Kilo Echo 5, India Hotel India. Ralph, thank you for checking into the net. Alright, nothing heard. We'll move right into regular check-ins then. But first, the station ID. You're listening to the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club. Call sign November 5 X-ray uniform. You can hear us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the KA5D University Link repeater system and the Oak Hill Amateur Radio Club repeater system. If you're currently a licensed amateur radio operator and wish to participate in this net, you can double-check your repeater settings at ka5d.com/repeaters and n5oak.org/repeaters. Once again, my name's Colby McLean, call sign KJ5ZYM, and I'm the net control operator for tonight's net. Alright, with that, let's go into regular check-ins. In order to check into the net tonight, please say "this is" with a short pause to avoid doubling. And then please give us your name and call sign slowly and phonetically, just like the short time.
This is Kilo India 5 Yankee Charlie Romeo Mobile Brandon on Fort Cavazos.
This is Kilo India 5 Kilo Alpha Tango Stephen North Austin.
This is November 5 Echo India Foxtrot Samir in Cupertino.
This is Kilo Golf 4 Charlie Fox X-Ray Chris in Hillsboro, North Carolina.
This is Kilo Charlie 2, Kilo Oscar Oscar, Dave, Buffalo, New York. No traffic. Good evening.
Alright, nice. That's a pretty big group tonight. Dave, you're all the way in New York. Thanks for joining us. With that, the first person we have on the list is Brandon, Kilo India 5 Yankee Charlie Mike. It's nice to meet you, Brandon, and what have you been up to this week?
Howdy. Well, just been going to work right now. I did a little bit of a 2-meter simplex earlier in the evening, and that's a small simplex net held here in the Coppers Cove, Killeen, and Harker Heights and Temple area. Before that, there's the 3 o'clock net that's local here every day. But other than that, just on my way to work. I don't believe I've heard this net on our repeaters here before, but figured I'd check in and wish you a good night. And with that, I'll send it back to you. Thanks for running the net.
All right, thanks, Brandon. That's pretty cool. This is my first time on the net too. That's funny that I'm running it. Our club vice president will probably check in soon in the second round of check-ins. But yeah, I'm a fairly new member of the club. I'm a freshman at UT. I just joined the club like 1 month ago, and I'm trying to get involved with all the things. Just got my license last week actually, so figured this would be a fun first like hello world activity basically. But yeah, good to hear from you. Next we have Steven, Kilo India 5, Kilo Alpha Tango. I know you, Steven. What you've been up to?
Nothing much, just working on CTRS and other things. And, just playing around with radio. Anything, that's about it. KI5KAT.
Yeah, good to hear from you too, Steven. The CTRS radios have been pretty fun. Me and one other, his name's Karma. He hasn't got his license yet, but that's why it's been mainly fun, is because we've been fooling around with them across campus. I call him every now and then just to annoy him on there. But yeah, thanks for the donation of those. They've been pretty fun for hell raising. Next we have our former club president, Samir, November 5, Echo India Foxtrot. How you been doing, Samir?
KJ5CYM and the net from N5EIF. Hey, Colby and the group. It's nice to hear everyone, and wow, lots of DX check-ins here today. So looks like a good group. First of all, congrats, Colby. You're doing great, and congratulations on the new license. And I hope you are enjoying it so far. Not too much going on here. We've been just trying to start up some local CW activity here in the Bay Area, and we did some experiments with 2-meter CW on the weak signal portion of the band, and just with normal verticals, I was able to contact the station about 20 miles away, so that was the first time I did 2-meter weak signal stuff. That was fun. I'll let it drop. But other than that, we've sort of figured out that 2-meter CW is not a viable option going forward, so we're looking at 6 meters since that's small and people here have not very much space for antennas or stuff in general. So that might work out, so we'll see how that works out next Monday. Other than that, this weekend is Pacificon, which is the biggest ham radio convention on the West Coast. And so looking forward to that. I'll be going for that both Saturday and Sunday, I think. So sounds fun. Nothing else other than that. Looking forward to seeing some of y'all at the Traveling Taco Net in Austin next Friday. And with that, back to Net Control, KJ5CYM, N5EIF.
Hey, that's cool. Yeah, the Taco Net sounds pretty exciting. Also, kind of weird. I was like, oh, tacos and radio. But yeah, what'd you say the radio convention was called? That sounded cool.
The radio convention is called Pacificon. It's like Pacific with ON added to the end. N5EIF.
Yeah, thanks. That sounds pretty fun. As far as CW goes, my dad is trying to learn CW right now. I probably will try to get into it this summer when I have more time, but right now it's just electrical engineering full force. Yeah, good to hear from you, Samir. Next we have Chris, I believe. Yeah, Chris, KG4CFX. How's it going, Chris?
This is KG4CFX. Thanks for, hello to everybody on the net, and thanks for letting me get on. Really appreciate it. Congratulations on your ticket, and it's a shame I'm too far away from Texas to join you on the Taco Net, because I do believe that ham radio really means is have another meal. So, but y'all have fun with that, and it was good to check in, and y'all have a good one. KG4CFX.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, no one really we didn't not let you on the net. There's nothing really stopping you from getting on the net. No. But yeah, thanks for joining tonight. And next we have Dave, Kilo Charlie 2, Kilo Oscar Oscar. How's it going, Dave?
Good evening, Net Control, and everyone else on net. KC2KOO, Dave here in Buffalo. Just heard the net this evening and wanted to stop by and get one in for the count and say hello. And congratulations on getting the license last week. Hope you're really enjoying the hobby. It is a lot of fun, and a great group of people out there, and definitely, glad to hear you're in amateur radio. That's fantastic. Other than that, not much else to report. In fact, I got to hop out of here and call it a night and get ready for work tomorrow. But again, wanted to get one for the count and have the repeater up here linked in tonight. So 7-3, and everyone have a great rest of the week. Back to Net Control from KC2KOO.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah, that was the last of the regular check-ins for that round, but in case anyone's joined us just now, we have another round ready to go. But first, the station ID. This is the UT Amateur Radio Club Weekly Net, hosted by the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, call sign November 5 X-Ray Uniform. You can hear us every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. on the K5D repeater system. If you're currently a licensed amateur radio operator and wish to participate in this net, double-check your repeater settings at k5d.com/repeaters and n5oak.org/repeaters. All right, with that, we'll go into the second round of regular check-ins.
Hello, this is KJ5CYD. What's the name of this net group?
Hey, KJ5CYD, this is the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club. This is our weekly net. We do it every Wednesday at 8 p.m. It's just for anybody and our club members just to keep up with one another and talk about things we're doing. But yeah, how's it going?
Good. You probably don't want to talk to an Aggie, do you?
Oh, no, we're actually pretty good friends with the Aggie Radio Club. We hung out with them at Belton just 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, one more thing. Are y'all on a NetLocker?
I'm new, so I don't really know what NetLocker is, but yeah, maybe we are. But right now we're going to do some more regular check-ins. If anyone else would like to check in, just say your this is for percent doubling and your name followed by your call sign, and I'll copy you down.
This is David, November 5, Yankee Alpha, November.
Nice. We have David, November 5, Yankee Alpha November, fashionably late. All right, nothing heard. I guess that's the last of them. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 check-ins tonight. That's pretty good. How's it going, David?
Hey, Colby. Just for future reference, well, actually, I don't even want to critique you. I've been listening in this whole time. I wanted to say you're doing a great job running the net, and you'll pick up all the subtleties with time. It takes practice, and especially for your first net with all these people out of state, you're doing great. Break. To answer the gentleman from New York, I believe, question. Oh, no, he was Nagy, so from Texas, I presume. To answer your question, we are not on NetLogger. And Colby, just so you know what NetLogger is, it's an application which will basically let you enter people's names, call signs, any notes you have, but it will also let you register your net online, sort of in a database break. So while you're running the net, people can watch you enter things into the log, and I think they let you even add, like if someone's listening in and they copy the call sign, they can go ahead and enter it for you, but I could be mistaken. It's been a long time since I've used NetLogger. It does not work on my current computer, so yeah, I'll hand it back to you, Colby. November 5, Yankee Alpha November.
That's pretty interesting. We'll probably get to using that eventually. Yeah, there was one gentleman from New York, and I guess one gentleman from College Station. I'm kind of curious where some of the other ones were from. They didn't say their locations, but it's kind of interesting how people can join from so far away because they have their big antennas and stuff. That's probably the wrap-up in case anyone has any comments for David. I know there was some static during his last transmission. All right, nothing heard, so we'll do the wrap-up now. Thank you to everyone who's still listening for joining us on the air tonight. This was a service of the University of Texas Amateur Radio Club, call sign November 5 X-ray uniform. You can find us here every Wednesday night at 8 p.m., so if you want to hang out with us again in the future, we are the official amateur radio club of the University of Texas. You can read about the club, sign up for our email list, and find our event calendar at sites.utexas.edu/November 5 X-ray uniform. My name is Colby McLean, call sign KJ5CYM. And from my QTH here in Austin, it's been a pleasure running the net, and thanks again to everyone who participated or was listening in. Feel free to keep talking because the system is now returned to regular amateur radio use.
Congrats, Colby, you did good. 5YAN.
Thank you, David. KJ5CYM. I keep my radio on while I do homework in case anyone wants to talk.
Hey, Colby, congrats, and thanks for running the net, and you did great. Congratulations, N5EIF. And also, David, do you have any details on the Taco Net, where the group is meeting, and stuff like that? N5YAN from N5EIF.
Yeah. So we're meeting, I believe the details are posted in the Discord server, but we'll be meeting on the psychology building patio. It's in the rear, sort of central courtyard area. And I'll bring my HT and a mobile rig with a mag mount that we can stick on the table, and then we'll bring the tacos down there too. It'll be a fun time, and I believe the event is restricted to like not that many people, but I mean, honestly, I think the amount of people that will be able to make it will be quite low, so it should be fine.
Okay, great. Thanks a lot. I think I will try and make it. It's at 7:30, I think, next Friday. I think I can make that. So I'll try and bring the 705 and a vertical so we can maybe do some HF fun if anyone is interested after that. Okay, sounds good. Thanks. N5YAN, N5EIF. And thanks once again, Colby. This is N5EIF, I'll be clear.
Hey, Samir, one quick question.
Yeah, sure.
How much horizontal space does the vertical require? I know the patio is kind of small. I'm just curious if it will fit. I mean, we can always try and see what happens.
Okay, so it really depends on which band you want to put it on, because the radials I'm going to bring are going to be tuned for poor ground, which is what there is everywhere here. So they're going to be fairly resonant. So they're going to be close to a quarter wave. So I think for 40 meters, they're going to be something like 46 feet long each, and there's 3 of them. Other than that, it can fit in less space. So if we're doing, say, 20 meters, then it's less than that. But yeah, if that's an issue, then I can just skip that.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like an issue, and it sounds like a fun time. I do need to clear the repeater, though. I'm currently studying for an exam, so I've got a lot of homework and practice problems to catch up on. It's nice hearing from you, Samir, and I look forward to seeing you in the next couple weeks. N5EIF from November 5, Yankee Alpha November. I'll be clear. 7-3.
Okay, 7-3, David, and best of luck on that exam. Oh man, exam season is still on. For my brother, it's finished already. Good luck, N5YAN, and anyone else, N5EIF. I'll be clear, 7-3.
5 CYD, monitoring.
KJ5CYD, this is AG5UQ. I'm just listening. What you got going?
This is Kilo India 5, Victor Yankee Delta. I just get back from school and trying to get back and do some homework.
KJ5 CYK. This is KJ5 CYD. How about you, KJ5 CYK? This is KJ5 CYD. I'm not hearing any comeback, but I think you and I took our technician course together at the Expo Center. There's three of us sitting at the table, and you were from Spicewood.
AG5UQ to KJ5CYD. Yeah, I'd say the same thing. Your call signs are so close. You had to be almost sitting in each other's lap. How y'all doing?
Good. I didn't hear anybody at first because my squelch was turned up too high.
Well, Bill, I guess the gentleman's name is Zoran from Austin, Spicewood area. But anyway, I heard him put out a call mobile. I don't know where he's at now.
At 10-4, Cliff. I was hoping to get a hold of him. There was one other person at our table. He had a 50-acre piece of property, and I noticed that there was another call sign in the group today or yesterday that was very close to my call sign. So, again, he was probably in the same group.
Yeah, it's amazing how many KJ5s with a C that we have on our list now. There's a whole bunch of them. So, a lot of new hams out there. Enjoy talking to them.
I've got one question for you, but I'm going to look it up just a minute. Well, there was a call sign that was in the meeting a couple of days ago, and it just had three letters to it. And I'm looking. Oh yeah, it was SWL. Oh, that was just that's a person who's just sitting in listening, I think.
SWL is a non-licensed person that has NetLogger, and that was the recommendation by Steve to use that, so we know that they can't answer our call, but they can get on AIM window or there and communicate, tell us about themselves. So that's what that's about.
I was thinking it was something a little more special than that, but that's special enough, I guess.
Yeah, I think he recommended anybody listening to use that on NetLogger, and that way we'd know that they weren't licensed, so we as Net Control wouldn't call them to talk because they can't. But they may very well. They're welcome to listen to the net on any radio. They just can't physically talk on our bands until they get their license.
I'm referring to Atul Ravi, who was in India. I did manage to get a hold of him this evening.
You see, we're about, what, how many hours away are we from the net? Let's see, 7 hours, let's say 6 or 7 hours. So he's, right now it's in morning time there, about 6 or 8 o'clock in the morning. So, you know, he may very well be able to listen at this point. And probably a little easier on him than getting on the net at 2 in the morning.
Yes, I just got off the phone with my wife, as she's in Singapore, and I usually have to wait till about this time to call her, because right now it's 10 o'clock there, 10 o'clock in the morning, tomorrow morning, I think. So, anyway, I talked to her, and I thought, well, I'll just give Atul a chance, and I've looked up his location and tried to Echolink, and I think I got it in the first time. Couldn't believe it.
Seems like the repeater he mentioned, I didn't write it down, was similar to his call, which it was a 2 instead of the 3. And over in that area, I guess you could look it up and try to link to it. But if you happen to talk to him, it would be nice if he can get NetLogger to get on there, and that way he can answer questions off to the side on the AIM window if you happen to talk to him.
I got a question for you. How does I know he can download NetLogger, but how does he find the Five Hills 325 net? I guess he has to know in advance, otherwise it won't show. It'll show nets in his area,